Hello everyone, it's Miss Hannah with the Quinnan Street Project Virtual Learning. Today we are working on Valley View, some of our kindergarten classes, Miss Lyda and Miss Farrell, and we are working on Lesson 7, so dialogue. Dialogue is in a story the way different characters speak to one another and what they're saying, how they're saying it, and maybe what actions they're doing while they're saying it. So once again, welcome to joining us from our living rooms and our homes. We are so happy that we can still have classes online, and we hope that everyone is safe and healthy and happy while you're all home. So a quick review of last lesson. Last lesson we did lesson 6, which was all about storytelling. So we worked through our wonderful story, Rosie Revere, Engineer, and we worked different story elements of that beautiful story. We also have 2 wonderful fancy words that we know that are very important to our time in theater. The first one is tableau. So let's say that together. Tableau. And a tableau is a frozen picture. Our second word is pantomime. Pantomime is a silent activity. Pantomime is that wonderful class where we were all pretending to eat our different favorite foods. And we were acting out eating our favorite foods just with our faces and our hands and our bodies, but we weren't doing any sound. It was wonderful. It was a great class. So let's say that together. Pantomime, tableau. Perfect. Great job, everyone. So let's get right into it. Let's do a one-word check-in just to see how we're feeling today. So don't forget to be really honest about how you're feeling. You can share it just with me, or you can share it with your family. It's really important during these really uncertain times to make sure that you are talking with other people and letting them know how you're feeling, because some days might be harder and some days might be easier than others. You never know. So my name is Miss Hannah. Today I am feeling happy. So let me have you guys share yours. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Your feelings are incredibly valid, and it's really important and very brave of you to share them with me. So thank you. Let's get right on into it. We have our 3 tools as an actor, that we will warm up right now. So number 1, as we all know, body. Number 2, as we also know, voice. Number 3, imagination. Okay, we'll warm up all 3 of those. Let's start with body, though. That one's a really fun one, and it's nice to get moving while we're at home. So let's start by a little stretching. So let's reach our arms all the way up to the ceiling, and really stretch out. Like, see if you can touch your hand to the very top of the ceiling. Now drop just your fingertips, just your wrists, just your elbows, just your shoulders, and roll those shoulders back. Great job. Really feel it go all the way from the front to the back. Now roll those forward. Nicely done. And let's roll one back, the other back, one forward, the other forward. Let's pull our shoulders up to our ears, down to the floor, up to our ears, down to the floor, up to our ears, down to the floor, up to our ears. Great job. Okay. Let us grab our giant crayon. Pull out your giant crayon out of your pocket. Is it the same color as last week, or is it a different color? What color is your crayon today? Nice. My crayon today is green. Okay, let's put it on top of our head. Boop. And we're going to draw circles on the ceiling. Nice. You can draw big circles. You can draw little circles. Your circles can be far apart. They could be touching. Whatever you want. Okay, let's pull that crayon off our head. Boop. Break it in 2. Boop. And put it on our shoulders. We are now going to draw circles with our shoulders. Nice. You can add some other shapes in. Maybe you want to draw some diamonds today. Maybe a hexagon. Maybe some hearts. Whatever you want. Trapezoids. Whatever feels good. If you don't know what those shapes are, ask your family. They'll let you know. Great job. Take it off your shoulders. Boop. Put it back together. Boop. Put it back in your pocket. Say, see you next time. Nice. Our wonderful bodies are all warm. Now let's go to our voice. So let us repeat after me. Ba 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 ba. Da-da-da-da. Ka-ka-ka-ka. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Pa-pa-pa-pa. Ka-ka-ka-ka. Va-va-va-va. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Great job. Now let us do a tongue twister. So we have been working on our wonderful tongue twister, Mommy Made Me Mash My M&Ms, and that's a really good one, but let's try a different one today. We're going to do, ready? Repeat after me. New York. New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. Great. Let's do that together again. Unique New York. Unique New York. You know you need unique New York. Great, we'll make that one even longer next time. That's a hard one, so keep working on that one, and we'll get better as we go. Last but not least, let's make sure our faces are wonderful and warm. So let us make our face as big as if we were a lion, and as small as if we had a little baby lemon. It was so sour. Lion, lemon, 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 lion, lemon. Oh, we're done with that. That's enough. All right, our bodies are warm, our voices are warm. Last but not least, let's warm up our imagination. So today we are going to pull out a little furry friend from our pocket. So go in your pocket, pull out a little furry friend, a little furry animal. They're only going to be about this big, just a couple inches tall. What is your animal? My animal is going to be a tiger. And you can pick, they might have a name. My tiger's name is Jerry. So you're going to put your little tiger on a little mini roller coaster. And you're going to make sure they're all strapped in for safety. Now, your little guy is ready. And now he's going to be on the roller coaster. So when they're on the roller coaster, we're going to go lip trills. So you're going to push air through your lips. Perfect. And as they're going, we're going to go up and down and up and down. And we're going to do the voice with it. Okay, ready? So here they're going. They're getting on the train. They're getting on the roller coaster. And they're going to start going. Now it's going to start going up to the top of the roller coaster. Now it's going to go back down. Up and down. Up and down. Now the roller coaster is going to stop. Wonderful. Take your little furry friend off the roller coaster. Put them back in your hand. Say thank you for coming along. Put it back in your pocket and say see you next time. Great job. So our imaginations are warm. We're so warm. Our body's warm. Our 3 tools as an actor are all warmed up and we are ready to go. So let's get started on this really, really fun class. So we're talking about dialogue today. Dialogue in a story is super important because a story really can't move along without the actors or the characters talking to one another. So in Rosie Revere, when she is doing all her different inventions, she invents and then she brings them to her family and shares them. While she's sharing them, they talk back and forth. So when she creates her Helio cheese copter and she takes it to her aunt, great Aunt Rose, they talk about what happens when her cheese copter crashes. So Rosie says, "Oh no, I failed." And her great aunt says, "No, you haven't failed. That was a great, perfect flop." And they go back and forth. That is dialogue. That is dialogue. So to start working on our dialogue today, we are going to play a really, really fun game where we're going to do a little scene together. Now, in the classroom, we would do 3 students would do this scene together. Now, right now we have me and you, and I will play 2 parts. Or if you have a family member or a sibling who wants to play, or a pet like a cat, maybe they'll do it. Maybe your puppy will do it. They can play the other characters. And this is a really funny scene, so you might want to just play it with everyone in your family. So there are 3 characters in the story. 3, 3, 3. Number 1 is neighbor 1. Number 2 is neighbor 2. And number 3 is the doctor. So we have two neighbors and a doctor. Now, the two neighbors start by talking to each other. And neighbor 1 says, "Would you like some eggs?" And neighbor 2 says, "Yes, please." You hand over the eggs, neighbor 1. Neighbor 2 takes the eggs, and you eat the eggs. And then you make a gross face, and you say, "These eggs taste terrible." And then neighbor 2 falls on the ground. Be careful when falling on the ground, though. You can also just slump down. Neighbor 1 says, "Doctor, doctor." And the doctor runs in and says, and looks at neighbor 2 and looks down. Look at him. And says, "I'm sorry. They, he, she is dead." And neighbor 1 goes, "No." Now, that is the end of our scene. But if you want to be really fun with it, you can have neighbor 2 pop back up and say, "I'm okay." And that's where we can finish it. So we'll work with that one. "I'm okay" is the ending today. So I'm going to do it one more time for you, and then we're going to do it together. So I hope it's kind of easy to see what I'm doing. All right, neighbor 1. "Would you like to try some eggs?" Neighbor 2. "Yes, please." "These eggs taste terrible." Neighbor 1. "Doctor, doctor." Doctor. Look down at neighbor 2. "I'm sorry. They are dead." Neighbor 1. "No." Neighbor 2. "I'm okay." So it's a very, very silly scene. Sorry, I'm touching my face. Don't touch your face while you're outside. So it's a very, very funny and silly scene. So now we can do it back and forth together. So I'll play neighbor 1. You play neighbor 2. And then I'll play the doctor 2. Maybe we'll do all 3 and we'll see how it goes. We'll let you be each one. So neighbor 1, which is me. I'll be neighbor 1, you be neighbor 2, I'll be doctor for this time. So neighbor 1 says, "Would you like some eggs?" You take the eggs and you say, "Yes, please." Now taste your eggs. Now say, "These eggs taste terrible." And fall down. Perfect. "Doctor, doctor." "I'm sorry. They're dead." "No." Okay, jump back up and say, "I'm okay." Great job. Good scene. That was really fun. Now, let's do it this time where I'm neighbor 1, you're neighbor 2. No, wait, you are neighbor 2. You be neighbor 1, I'll be neighbor 2, and I'll be the doctor. Now remember, after we do all 3 of these, you can do it with your family at home. All right, so you're going to say, this is the beginning of the scene. You're going to ask me, "Would I like some eggs?" And you're going to give me. Okay, ready? Would you like some eggs? Okay. "Yes, please." "These eggs taste terrible." Now you say, "Doctor, doctor." I'm the doctor. "I'm sorry. They are dead." Now you shout, "No!" really loud. "I'm okay." Good job. All right, last time. I will be neighbor 1 and neighbor 2, and you be the doctor. Okay? All right. Neighbor 1. "Would you like some eggs?" Neighbor 2. "Yes, please." "These eggs taste terrible." "Doctor, doctor." So run on, pretend you're running on. And you say, "I'm sorry. They are dead." "No!" But neighbor 2 says, "I'm okay." Great job. That was really fun. Now, if you want to pause You can pause and go back and do all 3 of those again, being neighbor 1, neighbor 2, neighbor 3, or neighbor 1, neighbor 2, or the doctor. It's a super easy script too, so you can tell neighbor 1 says, would you like some eggs? Neighbor 2 says, yes, please. These eggs taste terrible. They fall down. Neighbor 1 says, doctor, doctor. The doctor runs in and says, I'm sorry, they are dead. Neighbor 1 says, no, and neighbor 2 says, I'm okay. So if you want to have 2 people in your house do it with you too, that is really, really fun. I'm sorry we can't do this one in class. It is really fun, but we did it together over the computer, and you can do it with your family too. So we are going to do a very similar scene. It's nice and small, but this time we're going to do it from Rosie Revere Engineer. So we are going to act out the scene that I have written down. It is a really, really fun scene, and it's fun because there's a lot of different things you could do. It's a little bit sad because Rosie Revere is a little sad in this part, but I promise we'll have fun with it. So this is the part at the very, very end of our book where Rosie Revere makes her Helio cheese copter and it crashes. And she's really, really disappointed because she feels like she failed. She feels like she couldn't make her beautiful cheese copter, and it's just sad. But her great-great-aunt Rose actually feels like she did a really good job. And she feels that even though it fell, it's important to celebrate her failure and get ready to try again. And that's why it's important to not get disappointed when we have a failing moment. We learn from it and then go to the next thing. So this is between just 2 characters. So this will be easy. We can do it over the computer together. I'll be one character and then you be the other, and then we switch. And then I'll read them again, and then you can do it with a family member at home. Okay, or by yourself. You can play both characters. Okay, so this one goes. I'll say all of them first. So great-great-aunt Rosie says, oh no, never will I be a great engineer. Let's say that together. Rosie says, oh no, never will I be a great engineer. Great-great-aunt Rose says, you did it, hooray, it's the perfect first try. Okay, let's do that one together. Aunt Rose. You did it, hooray, it's the perfect first try. Great. Rosie says, I failed, didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Okay, let's do that one together. Rosie says, I failed, didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Aunt Rose says, yes, but first, Rosie, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. On to the next. Now, I'll say one line and then you say the next, because that's a long line. That's 3 lines for Aunt Rose. So I'll say it, then you repeat it. So Aunt Rose said, yes, but first, Rosie, it flew. But first, Rosie, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Now, on to the next. Great, and I'll help you with what to say. So for this first one, why don't you be Rosie and I'll be Aunt Rose? So we're going to stand together. Now, while you're doing this, try and make a motion or some kind of body movement while you're saying your line. Maybe Rosie's disappointed. Maybe her aunt's cheering. Maybe her body is slumped because she's sad. Maybe Aunt Rose is big and tall and brave because she is excited to see what's next. Pick something to do with your body while you're at it. So now let's start the scene. You're going to be Rosie. So Rosie says, oh no, never will I be a great engineer. Okay, ready? Oh no, never will I be a great engineer. Aunt Rose says, you did it, hooray, it's the perfect first try. Rosie says, I failed, didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. I failed, didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Aunt Rose says, yes, but first, Rosie, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Now on to the next. Great job! That was really fun to do. Let's do it again, but I'll play Rosie and you play Great-Great-Aunt Rose this time. Okay, we're going to do the scene again. I'll go first. Rosie. Oh no, never will I be a great engineer. Aunt Rose says, you did it. Hooray! It's the first perfect try. You did it. Hooray! It's the first perfect try. Rosie, I failed. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed. Aunt Rose. Yes, but first, Rosie, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Now, on to the next. Great job! That is a really fun scene. Now, if you want to pause, rewind, you can do it again. You can read through, you can listen, and maybe even write down what Rosie and Great-Great-Aunt Rose say. You can play Rosie, you can play Great-Great-Aunt Rose, or you can just do it back and forth with me for a couple of times. Just a really good scene. Well, thank you so much for working on Lesson 7, Dialogue with Miss Hanna today. Last but not least, let us do a reflection. So we are going to do a tableau. Can we say that together again? Tableau. What's a tableau? A frozen picture. Good job. I knew you guys were listening. We're going to do a tableau to describe our experience in class today. So maybe if your experience was really happy, your tableau would be like, yay! Maybe it was really exciting. So maybe your tableau will be excited. Maybe you're just really tired today. So you'll be really tired. Maybe you're a little bit anxious or nervous today. So that's what your tableau will be like. Either way, I hope you had fun with it. So let's do a tableau of how we're feeling about how our class went today. So ready? We're in 1, 2, 3, tableau. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, tableau. Good job! My tableau today was that I felt brave. What was yours? Terrific! Thank you for sharing with me. Last but not least, let's do yay drama class. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay drama class! Bye everyone, have a great week.